All right, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I just had a little idea for a nugget come through right here, right now, and it was like, if Abbott and his sister Ari, if they happen to watch this anytime, future, past, now, whatever, it was just, this nugget was like questions that they could ask people that have been around them that would be really funny, interesting kind of. It's like a little comedy bit. It's a little comedy bit. That's the theme of the comedy bit, okay? And the one that came to mind was to ask, that you could say to Pap or Nana, or Bree. I guess Harry Ann or Bree is probably what's most accurate because those are their names. You could say, wait, Mom was fucking around with her old boyfriend, like, while Mom and Dad were still together, and Harry and Ann knew about it? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I was aware and I was around it. I wasn't a fan, but we were navigating things. But like, that's something that they, there's like 1,000 things like that if they're just questions. They're just right. Anyone who can't answer questions, or anyways, there are definitely environments where when people have questions for you, like, here's your answer to every single... That's kind of what I was doing, with the court stuff. Here's your answer to every single question. It was wrong when they fucking took my kids. It's a kidnapping. That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. Just the biggest question is, like, how could you go after Dad for, like, stuff about substances when Pap and Brad are alcoholics, and when Bree, like, smokes weed, had LSD in her cupboard during the time while she's going after me. The thing is, she thought that I was going to play in court like really hard, like a mainstream asshole would do, which would lock everything in place and there would be no chance for survival of rock and roll and love. So they geared up, because here's the thing, when they took you kids, they probably just thought, oh, we're gonna just make sure Ryan gives us what he owes us, and then we can go on with some kind of 50-50 thing where Bree never has to face the truth of any of it at all, and they can try to just go on and pretend like Ryan never existed, and they'll only interact with Abbott and Ari as though Abbott and Ari don't have another life or with their dad, or another world with their dad at all. Because that's what motherfucking retarded, low-ass consciousness people who are stupid do. That's the things that they do. That's what they do. So that move that they made at the beginning to take the kids, it's like it's extortion as well. So they didn't. The concerns were never true. There was a plan going out to Boulder, as Bree told me, planning to divorce you all along, and a lot of people involved, a lot of support. They pushed me out of the house, which was me taking a step to get my ground, to recover more of my ground for my family. And then they fucking freight train me and take the kids and get a restraining order, or whatever it's called. I can't go to the house now, or the police will get called on me. But it's my house. I bought that fucking house. So anyone involved in this situation, like, how could that be anything fair or right at all, ever? No, it's wrong. And then, again, I've said it a million times, but when Pap came down to the house that I was temporarily living in to get the kids because Bree was freaking out, and he says, this is what she does, she overreacts. But then when he goes with her and supports her, it's still ongoing now, as far as I know. I don't even know if he's still alive. I don't fucking care. The truth and the sun care about this stuff more than I do. I mean, I'm kind of related to both of those things, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I really don't give a fuck. This is actually the nugget here. Remember, it's comedy and truth. And if Abbott and Ari happen to, like, watch this, like, it can give their souls so much comfort to know where, like, so many pockets of bullshit. They can just ask some questions. And anyways, Bree and Harry and Ann, they don't want to be living in a world of total fucking bullshit and denial and alcoholism and phoniness and extortion and kidnapping and all that stuff. That's the thing that Joe Pickard should have said to Bree at the very beginning. It's like, if you get what you want from out of this, if we get the thing that you're trying to get me to get, do you really think that you're going to be happy? Because what is it that you really want? If you want a life of love and unity and openness and beauty and family, like you were talking about all in your lead up to moving out to Boulder, probably the best thing for you, Bree, would be to realize that you're totally fucking full of shit and that you've disrespected Ryan every step of the way, and you would be fucking nothing without him, obviously. That's why he chose to keep his name when the judge said, do you want to go back to Smith or keep Swain? Oh, I'll keep Swain. Yeah. I wonder why. Because that's me. You're trying to keep me without keeping me. Joe Pickard should have said, if we get what you want, you're going to end up feeling like you fucking kidnapped your kids. And your kids are going to hate you for it. And you're going to feel like you kidnapped your kids. You know why? Because you did. And you know it. And Ryan knows it. And the kids know it. And your parents know it. Because that's what you did. When you broke our agreement and you fucking ransacked me like you did, you fucked up, Bree. I know when I saw you in court one time, when it was just you and me, for everyone who thought, Bree was the concerned mom, when we saw each other one-on-one in passing in court one time, she just leaves us like, you fucked up, Rye. You fucked up. I was like, What I knew in that was like, I'm playing the long game, bitch. And everyone, including you and me, knows, or will know, that actually, you fucked up. Because you were wrong to do what you did. It's wrong to do what you did. It is wrong. You know it. So you're best off to just say, there are some things I didn't know. I was panicked, I was scared, and my fucking dad told me that Ryan was crazy. And we went with that, full steam ahead. Like what? Your dad doesn't get to just decide that I'm crazy, Bree. When you both know that if anybody's crazy, it's him or you or both of you or all of you. And it ain't fucking me. So the story you guys decided to go with and run full steam ahead as though it was true, try to influence the psych eval. Well, like, you've been trying to get me to do a psych eval. I almost didn't even do it. I was getting encouraged to do the psych eval. Oh, you'll get to see your kids if you do the psych eval. Yeah, they're only trying to get me to do a psych eval so that they can influence the results of it and then try to tell everybody that they were right, I'm crazy. They were right all along. And that's what they did. Even that this is a place where Abbott and Ari could ask all kinds of questions about the psych eval. And here's the thing to ask Bree. Bree, for someone who's talked so much about love and light and truth and consciousness over the years, like a fucking waterfall leading up to moving to Boulder, particularly I'm thinking of like Halloween night when we were out with Sean and Joe and the kids trick-or-treating, you could not shut the fuck up. All things love and consciousness and truth and all this. So for someone who's so knowledgeable and wise in those areas, why is it that just because I'm pausing. Oh, doesn't someone deserve love regardless of what their psych eval says? And here's the thing for anyone who cares. The psych eval said, this guy's legit as fuck. Carry on. I bet Bree, because the way the psych eval, and the person who did the psych eval told me, and I told this in court too. And the judge was like, the person who did the psych eval told me they've been doing this kind of type of thing for like 25 years. No one has ever tried to influence the results of a psychological evaluation, which is a bunch of bullshit anyways. Who could ever judge another person? And why am I getting focused on to be judged anyways? I've kind of already proved myself in every fucking way, like everything leading up to us moving out to Boulder and all that. Like, fuck you guys. The fact that we're even talking in the world of psych evals and shit like that is because of assholes like you got to run off, get an attorney, and put the kids in the fucking middle of something that was between me and Bree and still is. She can try to run and hide, oh, I'm never going to talk to him again, but say, hey, we kind of live on the same planet. And oh yeah, I'm the only one who kind of kept in mind all along that like we share the same children. And we are both awesome parents, potentially, who actually work really well together if Bree does not have her head up Ash's and Leah's and Lexi's ass, where Ann and Harry follow her right up there, and Ann has Ash's pic as her profile pic on Facebook to demonstrate exactly where the family stands. We are pro-Ash and anti-Ryan. Meanwhile, we're forgetting about the fact that Ryan's actually pretty awesome. And Ryan is someone who actually, like, he deserves to be considered a little bit, you know, in any type of rash decisions like you made. You might want to consult Ryan on that, because Ryan actually might be the person who's the most sane, the most conscious, the most open, the most grounded. Abbott knew it all along. He knew it all along. How hard for Abbott? Be living with me, you know, at times every other week, and then go back over to a place where they can't even acknowledge that I exist or that I'm a real person or that I mean, what the hell? Anyone involved should have been able to see all that stuff and been like, yo, Dad's grounded as fuck. Dr. Kopit saw it, knew it. Dad's grounded as fuck. He's just behind the 8 ball in the court thing. That was all their thing. It's like, oh, he got behind the 8 ball in the court thing. And meanwhile, I'm there like Jesus looking at everyone knowing like, hey, there's also the thing about doing the right thing. And everyone in this thing is talking about doing the right thing for the kids. They talk about that like that is their thing. But then they also know they don't know what that is, and they don't even care. They don't know our family. They don't know anything about it. That's how Bree's able to use all the system to throw up so much smokescreen, because you just involve a bunch of people who don't know the family and tell them a bunch of shit. And you got Smiley Ass there to support y'all along the way, because you're giving him a place to live and food and everything else that you're paying for him. So Leah and Ash basically got, hey, Bree was, I'll cover all your expenses. Then I got a crew of friends that are with me, supporting me and ripping my kids away from their dad. And meanwhile, Ash and Leah know amongst themselves, wait, doesn't Bree actually love Ryan though? What about the part where Bree loved Ryan? When did that go away? Because she was talking love for Ryan right up until moving to Boulder, and then all of a sudden. And what spiritual community would ever support the kidnapping of one of the people? You know, I mean, we weren't really in any bona fide community. I knew the whole thing seemed like a bunch of bullshit, but a lot of great, smart, interesting, beautiful people too, you know? It's a whole new world. All right, I want to listen to some music, so fuck you.